and apparently looking up Jenny Rivera stories, and also like passive aggressively talking about step sibling porn. Like, this is a very confusing time right now. Like, I don't understand what's happening. But anyway. Anyway.
Speaking of bad porn, the Eagles finally got rid of Carson Wentz.
The Eagles fucked themselves. I see what you did there. The Eagles David Carradine their salary cap.
Yeah, is it they just didn't like redheads, or they didn't want to look at them anymore?
Man, redheads are like powerful creatures. Like, they can ruin your life.
You know, for everything they were saying with this trade coming up to it, saying that the Bears were...
Hello, caller. What's your name and where you're calling from?
This is Pete. What was up with that sigh, though?
You literally, like, locked yourself out of the room. So now I have no reason to be on Zoom now.
Why didn't you answer when I called back?
We didn't hear you call back.
Yeah, no one heard you call back.
I was in the lobby for a cool, 7 minutes.
Why were you in the lobby, period? Nobody put you in the lobby. This is not Clubhouse,
you're just waiting
bro.
there. It's like somebody going to come up and say, hey, what's up?
Nobody pulled me out of the lobby either, Kenny.
I wasn't looking at my phone. Why is there a lobby on Zoom in general? If you're invited into the room, you stepped out to take a piss and come back in. The door shouldn't be locked. It's not a no man's.
Why can't I push the whole button without getting kicked off?
You find a way to do these things to yourself.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna hit the whole
this is the stress.
I'm gonna just end the Zoom room.
This is part of the stresses we were talking about earlier with Zoom.
I'm going to end. Zoom is like, honestly holding us over a barrel, and I don't appreciate it because it wasn't this hard to be on Zoom and simulcast before. They're just like, oh, we're popular now. Now we're gonna just enforce our power and will on people, and that's not cool.
Well, maybe they actually got secure. Because Zoom wasn't that secure for a little bit.
So it was like
anybody could listen to you for a while on Zoom when first of the pandemic happened.
That is true. It was some wild stories on Zoom. Well, I'm going to end the room for Zoom. Is that okay?
Well, Pete,
I'm tired of looking at it.
Let me ask Pete, how do you feel about the big trade today with Carson Wentz finally leaving the Eagles?
Zoom, you want to come in my room?
I'm going to pull up to your house and throw rocks at your window.
You're not here for no Yin Yang Thunder?
I'm really going to pull up to your house tomorrow on my birthday and just throw rocks at your window. I can hit your car from the parking lot.
Magic Johnson said, I won't be here.
I won't be there. Yeah, but I'm still going to hit the window.
But as far as the Wentz trade, man, I feel really bad for the Ramley because y'all got to win the Super Bowl this year, and if not this year, within this next 2 to 3 year window, or else you got full-on fleeced by the Lions. Because guess what?
Stolen.
Could have got Carson Wentz for only a third-round pick. Are you serious? Like, you gave up 3 first-rounders for a 34-year-old quarterback who's never been in the second round. When you could get a Super Bowl-winning 27-year-old quarterback for only a third.
So they bought some oregano, thinking it was cilantro when it was really parsley.
Yeah, basically. But, yeah, man, I think for the Colts, it always made the most sense getting Wentz. The coach has Eagles ties. They need a quarterback. They had a shit ton of cap space. And guess what? Philly still has like a $35 million cap hold this year, a dead cap for trading Wentz. So they're still going to be fucked even without him because now they're going to have to pay. Well, I guess they're just going to have to roll with Hurts and whatever rookie they're going to bring in to compete because their cap situation isn't that great.
Well, you think they would? They're going to be the 6th pick in the draft. Do you think they would dare go another quarterback that high with the pick, or do you think they have bigger things to fulfill?
Well, it's the old Jimmy Clausen.
Jimmy Pickles.
Don't bring up that name.
I think Jalen Hurts is better than we thought, but is he going to be a full-time 16-game starter in Season 2? Highly unlikely. So unless you have another guy who's been stashed that you think can come in at a discounted rate and compete, I don't know. I don't know if that guy's out there, because guess what? Teddy Bridgewater got a big contract last year. We've seen Nick Foles, Mike Glennon. We've seen subpar to par quarterbacks get pretty big money. So I don't know what the Eagles are going to do. Hopefully I get my friend who's a Eagles YouTuber on here at some point. We've been trying to match schedules, but yeah, man, the Eagles, they had to do it because the writing was on the wall. But will it pay off? I don't know. I think for the Colts, though, they get a quarterback with only a $20 million cap hit, has high upside, very young still, has all the raw tools and talent that you need, just needs a lot of refinement. Let me ask you guys this. Would you rather have him or would you rather have Big Ben?
No one wants Big Ben.
Exactly, because now
he's eroding.
Now the whole quarterback market is going to be reset after this Wentz trade. It's a lot harder now to rationalize giving up a first rounder for Big Ben with that age and that contract.
But I don't think anybody was ever giving a first rounder for him.
Before you could have been like, oh, look what Stafford got. But I think the Wentz trade kind of balances that out now.
But Stafford is different because he's been productive even with terrible coaching.
Yeah.
Like, Wentz is never really, other than those 10 games where he was in perfect sync under Frank Reich, he was never really much of anything special. Jared Goff wasn't anything elite, but he still was productive. Like, it's basketball, he's still a double-double guy, but, like, he wasn't anything special or sexy. If you look at Dak Prescott, you know what Dak Prescott...
I disagree with that.
I'd rather have Dak Prescott pre- and post-injury than Jared Goff at all.
So is Jacoby Brissett the second-best quarterback?
Jacoby Brissett could arguably win the job, but I don't think they'll let him. But I think Jacoby Brissett in the right system could be better than Jared Goff.
He's also in that draft class.
Yeah, but out of all the 22 QBs in that draft class, none of those guys are on the same team. But Jacoby Brissett, actually has been successful. He took his lumps with the Colts when they weren't that good. So I mean, if I'm picking a QB to bet big money on, and if I'm the Cowboys, I'm like, hey Dak, look, we ain't gonna pay you, but the Texans will. So we're gonna give your rights or whatever, however it's gonna work. You're gonna go to Houston, be their starting QB. We're gonna get Deshaun Watson.
I don't see those teams doing that. Just from a competitive standpoint,
they're in two different divisions, and the Cowboys need something.
You still compete over Texas, though.
Is it really competitive? Neither one of them.
That's like the Raiders and 49ers making a trade.
And Richard Sherman might go to the Raiders. Aldon Smith was on the Raiders.
That's not a trade, though. That's free agency.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
That's not a trade.
It's happened before.
Quam Harris.
That's disgusting. That's why I don't trust Stanford tackles. Because I thought it was Kwame. It was Quam. I'm like, oh, now you want to be extra with it. You suck and you want to be extra with it? Okay.
Well, we know why.
Okay, next topic. So, I really think Dak, if he agrees to a deal with the Cowboys, principal. And they say, okay, this contract is going to be on Houston's books, but we're going to incur, like because I don't see Jerry paying Dak Prescott the number he wants. But if he knows Houston will do it, Jerry Jones got money off the Las Vegas Raiders deal. So I'm pretty sure he has enough cachet and muscle and just
and the Rams deal.
Yeah, and equity to be like, look, this is best for the NFL if you take Dak Prescott. Because now he can be a leader on his own. I'll give you Dak Prescott and Zeke and a first-round pick.
That would suck for Dak to play in Houston, though, man. That would, I think it'd
Texans.
suck for anybody.
They both suck.
I mean, would you rather play for the Texans or the Cowboys?
The Texans.
Really?
The Cowboys are a joke and pathetic. They haven't won my entire life. Like, think about it. No, really, let's think about it. The Texans have been in the playoffs more than the Cowboys in the past 15 years. Am I lying?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm not lying.
I said yeah.
I thought you said yeah. Like no, but like they literally haven't. The Texans have been more of a factor in the playoffs and won more playoff games than the Cowboys in Tony Romo's entire career. T.O. Kane went to Buffalo since they've won more playoff games, and I'm pretty sure they've been to more playoff games.
Because they always end up getting a fucking hurt division winner in the AFC wild card.
Tell me how that is a bad deal to trade Zeke and Dak and a first-round pick to get Deshaun Watson back, and you keep all three of your receivers. Tell me how that's a bad deal. It's a better deal than I'm not giving you Christian McCaffrey and 3 first-round picks. Are you smoking the ashes of Whitney Houston?
Work, though. The thing is, I've already been talking about this, but the cap is going down this year.
Yeah, they need to get rid of money.
So people are trying to move money. People aren't trying to take money. Nobody's trying to take these contracts. I don't even know.
The Texans are rebuilding.
I don't even know if the Texans will take Christian McCaffrey.
Well, that'd be dumb because you'd have nobody and no first-round picks for the next 5 years. That'd be dumb.
That's what they did.
Yeah,
supposedly that's what the Panthers might be coming in at.
And they cut Kawan short.
McCaffrey and 3 first-rounders.
That's a horrible deal when you already have Teddy Bridgewater on the books for a fat-ass contract.
That's the thing, though. Even with the Jets, it's like whoever goes and gets Watson,
you're giving up draft equity. Okay.
You got to put a team on him.
Tell me how the Cowboys. Tell me how the Cowboys aren't the best fit.
If Stafford went for 3 first-rounders and a starting playoff QB, you got to figure.
Okay.
For Watson, you're giving up 2 starters and 3 picks.
Dak is better than Matthew Stafford.
And maybe some other back-end picks.
Dak is better than Matthew Stafford. He was literally on pace to shatter the single-season passing record before he had his leg snapped and had more receiving touchdowns than Michael Thomas. And Zeke is still a great back. And Zeke in that Houston system, in that zone system, would eat all day. He could just pick a hole and go.
I already know how I feel about Dak Prescott.
It doesn't matter how you feel. Look at the numbers he put up.
I believe in Dak in principle.
But not in logistics.
Yeah.
Not logistically, you don't trust him. So how do you trust Zeke and he led the league in fumbles? And he's a running back.
What do you mean?
Because
Zeke's been a winner at every level that he's played at.
And he had people around him, too. He was on a loaded Ohio State team. He was on a loaded Cowboys team with a loaded offensive line.
The last 4 years, they made the playoffs.
Did they win? Did they win anything?
They've only missed the playoffs 1 year his whole career.
And they didn't win shit the entire time they had him. I'm just playing hardball with you, like Jerry would play hardball. Yeah, I paid you. You gave me nothing but headaches, and we never won shit with you. So why do I still have you around? If I can get Deshaun Watson and market him, I don't even have to change jersey numbers because Dak has 4 and Deshaun has 4. I'm just saying, if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm waiting until the dust settles, and I'm like, hey, Houston, realistically, I can give you a superstar running back, a superstar QB who's injured. I'm giving you our first-round pick this year. You keep your first-round pick. Give me a second-round pick back or whatever. Give me a third or a fourth, and you get to rebuild around
Houston is
an
not
amalgamation
going
of
to